Alright, as you can see, this finger's been heavily modified. First off, the knife has been cut off, mainly because when I was drilling these two little holes for the pop rivets, the whole thing spun around and stabbed into the wall. So, safety precaution, I went ahead and cut it off. Now, the reason for these pop rivets and all these wires are I've greatly increased the haptic feedback. In here, this little pouch of elastic that's sewed and glued is a tiny vibrating motor. This is essentially a pager motor and allows you to feel the force feedback that the hand applies. There's a similar motor, actually an identical one, up here in the fingertip, because these are going to be two jointed fingers, feedback from both. Also in the fingertip, I have a little Peltier. This is a thermoelectric heater cooler, which will allow you temperature feedback, so you can know if what you grab is hot or cold. The heating currently works a lot better than the cooling on this, but in the end that's probably the more important of the two. There's also a thermistor, so that way the whole processor will know how hot or cold this is, so it doesn't burn your finger or freeze your finger, which would not be pleasant. I have ran all the wires up through this little eye hook, braided that bundle, and put headers on them all. Now, I also attached this, I got the stainless steel cable, crimped it, to this joystick. This is a PS2 joystick. They are readily available on eBay. The metal cap actually costs more than the joystick. This is a 2-axis joystick, but I couldn't really find a single-axis one, especially on the same price range, which is kind of ironic. So we're just going to be ignoring one of the axi. And that's essentially the modifications that I've made. Alright, now there's a whole lot more I could tell you about what I've done here and where it's going, but that would deserve another video of itself down the road after there's been even more done. However, before we go anywhere on, MaRRVE itself, rather than just the controllers, we had to take care of a little issue we had a while back. Okay, you know how we broke RJ's kiln a while back?
That'll work. Ooh!
We're fixing it, and we're going to take these carbon rods we got from lantern batteries, drill out holes, and stick the two broken off ends of wires into them. You had to use carbon or tungsten because the temperature that it gets to, it will melt pretty much anything else. Alright, through careful tracing with the multimeter, we found the break. I already went ahead and sanded off the heavy oxide layer, and now I'll take the carbon rod. Got a little too forceful at the end of the drilling, so that's why it's a little bit chipped. RJ, can you hold the camera?
Yeah.
We finally got that carbon rod in, and now we're reconnecting the electrical. Alright, well now that we're back in the metal melting business, let me introduce you to the latest investment of Teenage Industries. This is the A25 salamander clay graphite crucible. It holds 4.8 liters, and that's roughly 29 pounds of aluminum. And that's a lot more than the Dutch oven. Also, since as you might remember from the other videos, the Dutch oven wasn't particularly safe.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, with the handle breaking off, while this was a pretty penny, roughly $130, my feet are worth more than that, and MaRRVE is worth more than that. This, along with saving my feet, will allow us to cast larger objects. The volume is over twice that of the Dutch oven, and it'll hold up the temperature. We don't have to worry about it melting. This can take like 6,000 degrees, which puts it well in the range of casting copper, brass, or even iron. So, you'll see this in future videos. We just have to make some pouring rods for it. They aren't really readily available. Plus, it's kind of like a rite of passage. You know, I'll become a smith more than just my last name, Bryce Smith. So, look for this, and there's something else that needs to be addressed. My printer is now finished. Most of you didn't know it was ever broken, but actually for 6 months that extruder wouldn't work. But now, thanks to my good friend Jay Cooter, who also makes YouTube videos, you can find his channel here. It's working. He printed me a new extruder. It's kind of hard to print one when you don't have a printer to print it on. He's the guy who actually helped me get into 3D printing initially, so I would highly suggest checking him out. As along with that annotation, his link to his channel is also going to be in the description of this video. Also, I'll link the video of him actually printing this. The only thing I had to do, well, I had to put it together and debug a few little things, is I actually made the hobbed bolt from this piece of rod, which actually comes out of a 2D printer. Kind of a little bit of, you know, irony there. It's almost poetic, a 2D printer being used to make a 3D printer. But to see how I made that hot boat, keep watching and I'll quickly skim through it. Oh, and I now, as you saw in the last video, have concrete floors. We just ripped up the carpet. We've been thinking about doing that for a while, mainly because of all the burnt spots in my carpet. Crunchy carpet is no fun. But what finally pushed us to do it was a little incident with this stuff. This is mercury. And I pretty much had a cryogenic mercury explosion. I was trying to freeze it solid, and I poured the mercury into the cold liquid I got from turning a thing of canned air upside down, and it kind of popped all over the carpet, so that carpet was out of there. We got about 90% of the mercury back, but yeah, that solidified that it was time to get it out. I mean, there's a couple good things from this. I mean, for instance, concrete doesn't burn. Other minor things have happened. To name like a few, I had a piano recital. I also rode the world's highest freestanding elevator.
Alright, guys, have a wonderful time and exit.
And most excitingly and just thrilling, and it's a highly unlikely opportunity, is I've actually had a chance to intern with a biochemist. We're actually resequencing DNA for a project I can't really disclose at the moment. I'll probably never be able to disclose it. Okay, so you get a tip, and it's set to 4 microliters. Next one is 9. Look over here, 8, 9. You push in till it comes to a stop. You insert it into the solution. Pull up. Make sure that, yep, that looks like 4 microliters. Now here you go into there, and you insert there. Then you eject the tip and start again.
We're going to run the thermocycler. We're going to use the car infusion program that we've already set up the times for and how hot we want it to get. So there's the start button. We put in 25 microliters, so that's correct. And there's our cycle. Go up to 98 degrees, down to 55, then up to 72, and then there's a finishing one at 72. So we melt the DNA at 98 degrees, we bring it down to 55 so the oligos will bind, and then we allow the enzyme to elongate them at 72 degrees or copy the DNA. And if we fall asleep, at the end it goes down to 4 degrees, so it's like in the refrigerator without us doing anything.
Part-time job where I was resequencing DNA to watch a movie with RJ where they resequence DNA.
I don't know. You'll find the pictures later. There we go. That should be enough. Haha.
That's speaking of RJ, let me get him to tell you what he did.
And I'm supposed to tell you about what I did for 2 weeks. I flew airplanes. It's really cool. I also got these. They say I could fly an airplane by myself. I don't entirely trust myself, but whatever they say, right?
Also, RJ's literally been burning water. He's used electrolysis to extract the hydrogen and oxygen from water. And in this video clip, he put some hydrogen in a balloon. Enjoy.
There we go.
So it looks like Pilot Richard Joseph Fabian has been doing some sorting things. Also, I mean, as far as the way of the whole channel is concerned, he gave me one of the most unique birthday presents I've ever got. 500 tech-tased industry business cards. Hopefully these will help the channel grow. Although it would be more important if you actually watching the video would subscribe. Because I know a lot more of you watch and subscribe. So, for updates on all of this and seeing some more action, not just me babble on the screen, hit the subscribe button down below and check out our other videos. Like, comment, anything. Also, this will allow you to see, coming soon, what this wonderful yellow substance is. The aluminum just matches for stopping bullets, but it'll still be used to a good extent as a structural material. To see what's going on with that and see if you can guess what's in that bag, continue watching the channel, that is, because this video is over. So all you're going to get is the blackness now.